My name is Belle Hernandez, and I'm with Latin Heat Entertainment. It's a trade publication that started in 1992 because there was no coverage of Latinos in the entertainment industry trades like Hollywood Reporter or Variety. So we started in 1992, and that's what we focus on, the Latinos. And I tell you that we're celebrating 21 years, but for over 15 years, I never thought that I would get to see the day where there were so many Latinos on TV. Have we reached parity? Are we should we start celebrating and, just saying, hallelujah, we are here? No, because we still have a long way to go. However, we can't be pessimist and say that nothing has changed, because it has. And we're going to hear from our talented actors, because they're going to tell you exactly what it is to be in the business now, and some of us can tell you about how it was then. But we're going to learn all about, because then I used to be an actor, so I know the then. and Jose and I, well, we could be a lot younger, but yes. So definitely, this is a wonderful panel, because you're going to get a whole look at the industry. Because nowadays, to be just a talent is like, you really can't do that anymore. You have to have your hand in a lot of different things, and a lot of talent does do that. And I know Jose does, and David and Frankie, I'm sure he does as well. So anyway, let's just get started. And we'll start with Jose Yenke, who is a wonderful actor, a friend of mine for a long time. He was recently on 600 Penn, the show with Bill Pullman, and also on Always Sunny.
It's Always Sunny?
On FX. And FX is the network of really courting Latinos. There's a lot of shows on FX, and we'll talk about that. But Jose, go ahead and just introduce yourself. Tell us how long when you started, how long you've been in the business, and then we'll go on to the next person.
Okay, my name is Jose Yenke, and I moved out from New York. Is that me?
Yes.
I like to make noise. I'm going to stay real still, which is all about camera work. It's about staying really still. Right?
Lesson number one.
Yeah, lesson one, when you get the close-ups. Yeah.
Keep it coming. The gems are coming.
It's all in the eyes. I came out here in 1998 to LA from Brooklyn, New York, and my first big show was the X-Files, the Chupacabra episode. Back in a time where there weren't that many Latinos on television, so there was a huge deal that the X-Files, which was in its heyday, was doing a show on Chupacabra, and it had a Latino cast. Lillian Hurst, Ray, he's on several shows. Ray. Oh God, okay, it'll come to me. It'll come. But yeah, I mean, it's just working there, and it was wonderful, and that opened the door, bam. And so did that and started doing other TV shows, and I got branded as a bad guy, because that's what Latinos do. We play bad guys.
And because that's what the roles how they were being written.
They were being written that way, and so it was a challenge. And I know Belle can identify with this, was having to try to show up to a set and kind of educate them. So not only do you have to do your job as an actor, but then you have to go and educate some of these writers and these producers, and sometimes it was tough.
And you started in theater?
Yeah, I started in theater in New York since I was 14 years old, and I just didn't think I was going to come out to LA and just always be in cuffs or be a perp. I didn't know what a perp was.
Well, we're going to go ahead and delve into all of that. Another person, and then we'll come back to all of that information. Another person, Frankie J. Alvarez.
You got
it. Is in a wonderful show called Looking on HBO. But he is back east, and you're back east as well. And so for the longest time in Latino Hollywood, is what I call it, there was always the East Coast actors and the West Coast actors. And now we're seeing this, meshing of both coasts, because that's what we need. We need to support the actors there and vice versa. And so Frankie Alvarez came out to do the show. So tell us about, you started in theater, tell us about starting acting and then the show.
So I'm originally from, I'm Frankie. I'm originally from Miami, Florida. I went to Florida State for undergrad. National champions, baby. I'm not going to gloat, but I just did. I went to Juilliard for grad school. So my buddy Brendan on the audience is one of my classmates from there. And I just graduated 3 years ago, so I've been bouncing around from regional theater to regional theater. did a show at Oregon Shakes. I did a Hamlet down in Florida, and I did a play called The Whipping Man at Actors Theater of Louisville. And then I was sending in tapes originally for Raul Castillo's part, and they moved me over to the series regular track. And then just like that, I was on a TV show.
Hold that thought, because just like that, I was in a TV show. It did not happen 20 years ago. Never. So that's progress, okay? But we'll come back to that wonderful story.
Okay.
Now we'll go to David Fernandez Jr. Now, tell us about how you got started in acting and your background. And he recently was on Bench, USA Bench. He just did a pilot called USA Bench. It's for called Bench for USA Networks. And he's going to tell us about that. But first, you're going to tell us about how you got into acting and what your kind of roles you've been doing.
Mm-hmm. Hi, my name is David Fernandez Jr. I'm actually born and raised here in San Diego. I grew up 7 blocks from here. So, I'm just happy to be a part of this film festival. If anything, I'm best known for the role of Spooky in End of Watch with Jake Gyllenhaal, Michael Pena, and done several TV, Sons of Anarchy, Weeds, Justified, and this pilot that got picked up. It was for ABC, got picked up for the USA channel, so I'm excited about that. And I began 5 years ago, and I had no leads, no direction. I literally Googled how to be an actor in Hollywood, and obviously went through my experiences, ups and downs, and was able to navigate through and find my way, at least to get to this point. So
That is a true social media story of the internet story. Nowadays, you can learn how to do anything on Google. What did it say? How to be an actor? What was the Google
you know what's
search?
funny? Unfortunately, it took me to those top sites where I got scammed. I paid $500 for this agency here in San Diego and $60 a month, and I learned very quickly that that I was just getting scammed or whatnot. But part of the learning lessons that I'm able to kind of share with other up and coming actors or whatnot, try to save them some money, that's the way I look at it. But I just, one way or another, I was able to just start connecting with people, and I started working with directors 2, 3, 4 times, and that's just kind of how it had started for me.
And were you a movie buff? Did you study films? Or how did you
I grew up
prepare
watching films.
as an actor?
No, for some reason I feel like we're all actors in one way or another, but for me, it just came easy. It came easy to be able to dive into those emotions. For me, I feel my training, most importantly, was my work that I did before I began acting, which was in the educational system, also in the nonprofit world. And it was all a lot of personal character development, just a lot of inner work. So that's what kind of, I feel has just guided me and helped me throughout this process.
And you were telling me before the panel that you mostly do the bad guy.
Yeah. I mean, to tell you the truth, that's my bread and butter. But I'm changing the game by being able to produce my own content. And I directed my first feature film called The Father's Journey. I play a dad. It's a beautiful, positive story based on my cousin, on a true story. He was a great father, and I'm just trying to share that with the world and the universe.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Nowadays, as a talent, you can create your own work, and technology gives you the opportunity to put it on YouTube or to do a professional production and, get yourself seen. Now let's go to Frankie. Frankie, you started in theater and you started at Juilliard, so you went on that track. When did you know that this is what you were going to do?
Well, I've been doing plays since I was 7 or 8 years old. I went to an all-boy Jesuit school for 7 years down in Miami, and we were kind of the outcasts, the theater kids. I did a lot of speech and debate as well, and I always knew it was something that I wanted to do, but I didn't know that you could actually have a career in it. I'd watch Inside the Actor's Studio and see, Kevin Kline being interviewed or Kevin Spacey being interviewed, and thinking, well, I don't look like that, I don't sound like that, so that probably isn't a career for me. So I went into writing actually at Florida State, and I stumbled into being a BFA, got into the program there, and then I thought, you know what, let me make this, maybe I can do this as a career. And then I thought Juilliard had been changing, it wasn't always the case that they were admitting students of color. It used to be a pretty white place. And now it's not the case. And so I auditioned and they took me, and that was a great way to sort of really penetrate, you know, the kind of process that I wanted to have and the kind of career that I wanted to build. And I made a lot of contacts. It's such a beautiful school, and there's a music department and a jazz department and a dance department, so I made a lot of interdisciplinary contacts, and it's really helped out, you know. One of the things I'm passionate about is collaborating with other artists on stuff and taking it into the community. So I've worked with some nonprofit organizations, and actually Brennan and I are workshopping a musical right now, kind of like a part concert, part play about this rock band that kind of made it big 10 years ago, and now they're getting back together. But this is just people that we've met along the way, sort of.
So you're actor slash
writer slash producer now. Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
and
wonderful.
yeah, like you were saying, it's important
Yes.
to nowadays. You know, as an actor, there's so many things that are out of your control that you don't have any power in. So it's nice to be able to create your own work so that you have something, a creative outlet that you're in control of.